Today I have a great guest, Erik Peterson, one of the many guitarists of the band Balance and Composure, a band which is just on the verge of great things. Their new album, The Things We Think We're Missing, comes out on September 10th. How are you doing today, Erik?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty well. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you talking with us. I got to ask, though, the things we think we're missing.
Yes.
What are these things that we think we're missing?
I'm not sure. I guess that applies to John's lyrics, but it's just a lyric from the song Tiny Raindrop.
You guys just actually had that song premiere via Spin, which is awesome song. You guys, first you released Reflection, which was a cool song as well, and then you kind of one-up yourselves with the new one. Are you guys recording a music video for one of these songs, or maybe another song?
We did do one for Reflection, but we'll release it at some point in the near future, like the next week or two, I think.
Awesome. So we can be excited for some more great stuff from you guys soon. Now, the artwork behind the album, it's very interesting. It's very different from what you guys have done in the past. What's the kind of symbolism behind it, or maybe how'd you get in touch with the artist as well?
Well, the photographer is our tour manager, actually, Dave Summers. And the guy who designed and did most of the cover and the layout is Nick from Touche Amore, who's a graphic designer in LA.
He does great stuff.
Yeah. I don't know about a symbolism behind it. We knew we wanted to do something different than we've done. I think we were personally just tired of seeing separation, and we wanted to do a different style. Like, we knew we wanted to do a picture on the cover. So
and I like that you mentioned the kind of difference with Separation, because you guys have it's almost like a teaser for your in-studio documentary that will be coming with pre-orders for your album. And it seems like there's a lot of kind of dissatisfaction now with Separation.
Well, the teaser was kind of like, that was the purpose, was to kind of try and convey the difference between the two records that, I don't know, that we all feel like main components of this record compared to Separation.
And I know you guys talked a lot about like the difference between writing the songs. Like, you kind of felt that the previous record was a lot of parts just kind of thrown together in a way. So what is the difference really between the writing process on this album?
Well, for this album, we rented a cabin in the Pocono Mountains in Pennsylvania for it was 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks, right after our tour with Circa Survive last fall. I think it was in November. We just went up there and we wrote, I would say, 90% of the record there. So we kind of wrote it all together as opposed to Separation. We wrote it throughout a couple of months, after work and band practices in my basement.
There's a lot of I noticed, especially on Tiny Raindrop, the beginning sounds like it's coming from the previous song. And does it have that kind of cohesive feeling between the songs, or are they more separated?
No, there's definitely physically I think almost every song flows into one another, which was, we wanted it to be like a sequence, like a waterfall almost. And that's the kind of way we laid out the track listing. So.
Awesome. I know you mentioned Circa Survive, so Anthony Green, he's going to be featured on at least one song.
Yep.
How did that work out? Was it just kind of a thing via the tour that you guys developed a friendship?
Kind of. I mean, they're from the exact same town that we are, which is kind of like a smaller town in Pennsylvania, Doylestown. It's kind of a coincidence that we're both from here. And before that tour, we started hanging out with them a little, and then after that tour, we became really good friends with the band and everyone in it. So we hang out with them when we're not on tour, and I think John just asked him one day if Anthony would be interested in singing, and he said he'd be honored, so it was cool.
Nice, easy connection. You guys, on The Things We Think We're Missing, you got to work with Will Yip. You also got to work with him on your last split with Braid.
Yeah.
So what was the process of kind of picking the producer, or, did it just kind of fall in line? Because I know he's worked with a lot of bands that you guys are kind of associated with.
Yeah, it definitely fell in line. He's from 20 minutes from where we live. That's where the studio is. And we have known him for a while. We didn't work with him until the Braid split. But after we did the Braid split, we said, we need to do our record here. It's just so natural and everything comes so easy. And he's not pushy. He's someone we know. And he, like I think Bailey said in that teaser, that out of anyone in the world, he probably knows our band best. So we figured we would go with him.
Yeah, the sound really does fit so well for Balance and Composure. It's hard to describe. The best way I think I can put it into words, it just sounds ballsy.
Well, I know Will would be psyched to hear that.
So what song off the Things We Think We're Missing are you personally most excited to play live?
Ooh. The third song, Back of Your Head, it's called, and personally I think that's my favorite on the record, I guess you could say, but I think it's kind of different, but also gritty, and I think live it'll come across, it'll hit a lot harder, which is cool.
Awesome. So, besides your own record, in the fall, what are you most excited to listen to?
Well, Title Fight, our friends have a new 7-inch coming out on Revelation Records, which is a huge milestone for anyone in our scene. That's a record label that everyone grew up admiring, and they have the opportunity to release a record on it, which is insane to me. There's a new mixtape out by a guy named A$AP Ferg from the A$AP Mob called Trap Lord, and we've all been listening to it pretty hard, pretty good.
Awesome.
I don't know really. Stuff like that. Rap or Title Fight.
Great. And you guys are on tour with Title Fight soon.
Yes.
That tour, unlike the Coheed and Cambria tour, which just recently got announced, you'll be coming to Chicago.
Absolutely.
October 4th. That's an exciting one to see. It'll be a very good show, and I love the Metro. You guys picked a perfect venue. I don't know if have you guys played at the Metro before?
Yeah, we played there twice. It's one of my favorite venues in the country.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. You mentioned Doylestown, and you guys previously it was an Audio Tree session you guys did.
Yeah.
You guys mentioned that you were thinking about or looking into opening up a venue in your hometown.
Yeah.
Has there been any kind of progress on that, or how's that been going?
We've been really busy with the record and all that, and now that the record's going to be out in September, we were originally going to try and open a venue and have like a record release show as a first show, but with the Title Fight tour and the Philly date, it just didn't work out. So probably after these two tours coming up, we're going to buckle down and try and nail out a venue, like a place, I guess, and then try and start doing shows there. That's something that we've all wanted to do for a while. Just kind of like run a venue and kind of get kids in our town like psyched on music.
Apparently, I don't know, it must be something in the water, but in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, apparently this is where good music happens. All the kids apparently are good at music because you guys, Circa Survive, it's just an area apparently of great music. That's kind of funny. You love to see when there's an area, like a small town especially, that for some reason just breeds out all this awesome music. So that's really cool.
Not to mention Daylight is also from here. I don't know if you've heard of them.
You know, they're on my list right now of bands that I need to start listening to because everybody keeps saying I'm going to absolutely love them. Yeah,
their new record, Jar, is absolutely insane. It's probably the best of this year. It's crazy.
I got to get on it then.
Yeah, you do. And Title Fight and Tiger Shell are from right around us as well.
It's just
so Pennsylvania is pretty cool.
There's something in the water over there, I guess.
Yeah,
but,
I guess so.
So what would you think is the role of college radio in the music industry and for Balance and Composure?
Well, college radio is like the only radio that we get airplay on, I guess. Just last week we got played on SCN, which is like a University of Penn radio station, but it's broadcasted all throughout Philadelphia and even up to Doylestown in the suburbs. So it's like, I don't know. College radio is important because our fan base, more or less, is college-age kids, you know. And I personally went to college and didn't go to a college that had a big music scene and didn't have a big radio program, but I can imagine being in a big city, going to school with a nice radio show, radio college programs, and I feel like I would be listening to that all the time if it was playing good music, and I think you guys are.
Definitely, and just a little shameless plug for myself. I know I'm playing you guys all the time, and
Great.
Especially with the new record coming out, I think you guys are going to get played a lot more often around this area on WXAV. But I'm assuming you don't know this about me because we just started talking, but I'm a little bit of a Doomsday Prepper. All right,
okay.
so I
have
have
a manager.
Oh, really? That's fantastic. Yeah. So I have this plan, and one day I will have my my bunker, and I'll have people who are invited to come with me and survive the apocalypse. But here's the thing. Everybody who is invited has to have some kind of worth, you know?
Okay.
I'm extending the invitation out to you right now. If you can come up with 3 albums, this is your job. You have to decide on 3 albums that will tide us over through the apocalypse. What are those 3 albums going to be?
Like, personally, like of all time?
Oh, yeah, all time.
That I would bring into a doomsday situation to hold us over.
Exactly.
Right off the top, Nirvana and Utero would have to be number 1. Then I would go Notorious B.I.G. Ready to Die, because that's one of the greatest albums ever made. And then I would go, personally, Sunny Day Real Estate, The Rising Tide, probably.
Awesome.
So those 3.
And you get a little bit of diversity in there, too, so I'm happy with you.
That was the point.
Exactly. You could have also just done the kind of shameless way of just saying the things we think we're missing, separation, just go for your own stuff. Glad you didn't. But given some diversity, it'll be cool. Plus, I got you down there. You can play the records for me all the time.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
So anyways, like I said, October 4th, you'll be here at the Metro with Title Fight. On that whole tour, are you going to be playing a ton of stuff off the new album, or is it going to be getting some old stuff in there as well?
We kind of just started talking about what our set list is going to consist of, but I think it's going to be a pretty good dose of new stuff, but we're not weeding out old stuff either. We have a fairly long set on both those tours coming up, so I think it'll be a good balance, but I'll be excited to play the new songs for sure.
And is it, I don't remember right now, but is it a co-headlining tour or?
No, it's not.
Okay.
We're supporting Title Fight.
Cool, but you guys are going to have a good set length, so that's good to see.
Yeah.
I got to ask right now, though, this is the final question, and I know fans of Balance and Composure really want a nice, official, definitive answer to this question.
Okay.
I Just Want to Be Pure, the EP.
Oof.
Re-release? Is it going to happen ever?
No. On our headliner, we started tampering. We tampered with the idea of playing Alone for Now, and we did it, which is, I guess, one of the main songs off that EP, and we did it, and no one cared, so we said, we don't want to play this song, so we're not going to do anything from this record anymore.
That's a shame. That's such a great song, too. But I guess I can understand, especially as you guys kind of age as a band.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to be playing stuff that... I wasn't even in the band when they wrote it. They wrote that stuff with a different guitar player when they were juniors and sophomores in high school.
Wow.
So
it's a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
All right, well, I want to thank you for taking the time to speak with us here at WXAV 88.3 Chicago. It's been great. I can't wait till you guys come out to Chicago. It's going to be awesome. Hopefully I'll get to see you guys there. And then also, just can't wait till September 10th. This fall is going to be crazy for new music. And
I hope so.
Yeah, I think your guys' record is really just right at the start of it before it just kind of snowballs into just too much to even handle.
Good.
But thank you for taking the time to speak with us. It's been great. Do you have any plugs, anything you want to throw out there for the fans?
Not really, but just listen to our friends' bands, and you know who they are, obviously, and you should check out Daylight, personally.
I definitely will get on it. I'll get on it very soon, just for you.
Perfect. All right, man. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Much.
No problem.
Much.